How was your exercise with speaking number 4? I'm sure it went great, and congratulations! We are moving to speaking number 5. So we already did 2/3 of the speaking tasks. We're moving now to the last 2, okay? So we're moving to speaking number 5. It's going to be slightly different. It's also an integrated speaking, but it's not going to have reading part. It's only going to have the listening part and the speaking part, of course. So what are we expecting from speaking number 5? So I want to remind you that we have 6 speaking tasks. We already did the first 4. The first 2, which was just speaking, 15 seconds to prepare and 45 seconds to speak. And then the second 2, number 3 and number 4, where we had to read, listen, and then speak. We had to prepare for 30 seconds and then speak for 60 seconds. So now we are covering speaking number 5, and we're going to just listen and then speak. There's not going to be any reading. And then we have 20 seconds to prepare your response, a little bit less because we don't have reading. And then we have 60 seconds to speak. So the speaking number 5 consists of the listening passage and then the speaking part. It has 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to speak. We're going to listen to a passage for 2 or 3 minutes, and that's going to be students discussing a problem and discussing its solutions. So it's going to be a dialogue between 2 students with no reading. It's just going to be 2 students with some kind of problem, and they're discussing how to solve that problem. Then we're going to have 20 seconds to prepare our response, and we're going to review our notes within this time and plan our response. Another thing which is important about speaking number 5 is that we also have to come up with our opinion. Remember, we talked about different speakings and whether we need to put our opinion or not. In speaking number 3 and speaking number 4, there was no opinion. We just needed to summarize everything. In speaking number 5, we have 2 goals. We need to summarize everything we listened to. We need to summarize the problems the students discussed and the solutions. And we also need to say our opinion. We need to say which solution that students discussed we like the most. Okay, so we need to put our opinion as well. We are going to discuss how we're going to do it. And then after we planned our response, we need to speak for 60 seconds, and we have 2 goals: to summarize the dialogue and to say our opinion. So this is how it's going to look like. We have a photo of 2 students talking, and we're going to listen to them. Of course, we need to take as many notes as we can. After that, we see the question, and it says the students discuss several ways to memorize vocabulary, summarize the ways, then state which of the ways you prefer and explain why. So it's usually summarize what you just heard and say what you think. So it's pretty much always the same question. So you don't really need to read how the question is phrased. It's always the same question. It's just a little bit different according to the topic that the students were discussing. So now they were discussing how to memorize vocabulary. So the question is, the student discussed several ways to memorize vocabulary, summarize the ways. If there's a different dialogue, it's going to be a little bit different, but basically it's always summarize what you just heard and say your opinion. So we have 20 seconds to prepare our response and 60 seconds to speak. In the next video, we're going to talk about how we are going to structure our response. Thanks for watching.